Oh, perfect. Okay. Bob already having to reset. Okay. Lynx versus Angels. This is a big game for standing, at least in the leagues. They're competing here for second place right now. Scorpion's way ahead in the lead. Many with bomb with 6 seconds. Over to Tax. Tax down looking for the track on Many. Many making the 2-bomb. Tax with an insane track. Holy hawk. Back to Tax again. This is a player you have to be on the lookout for. This guy is arguably top 1 in the league. Amen over there, arguably top 2 in the league. Making that chase onto Text. Worst to Amen. Amen looking for worst, finds him. And already we have a point for the Lynx. That's 1-0. If you ask me personally, I see a clear favorite in this. Destin might have conflicting opinions. He'll be with us shortly. Billy to Skate. Quick tussle over in Trust. I'm looking for a player here. Many looking for Worse. Worse to Many. Worse still cannot make the jump up to Trust. Up top, looking for a chem, cannot find it, leaving Worse dead. Worse is another face you have to be on the lookout for here.
I'm back.
Quick little tussle over in the corner. Hello, hello, Destin. CL in a battle here with the demon from Sweden, Zealot. Zealot, I mean just the king of Time Bomb over here, making that track onto CL. Amen and Tax, Battle of the Kings. Let's see what we can do here. Finds Billy. Destin, I want to know how you feel about this game. Who do you have a favorite for?
I mean, me personally, you know, I have to go with Super Lynx. You know, they have such good players, you know, but, you know, Angels have Tax, Angels have CL, but preferably, I think Amen and Zealot take this.
Oh my god, well,
you know,
Tax showing his dominance over Amen here gets us 1-1. Tax, I mean, he's a force of nature. It's really a dull knife and a jawbreaker over here. It's just, it's shocking to me. This guy is just a cut above the rest here. Amen looking for CL, finds him. God, this guy is just, he's something. Amen to Skate. Skate looking for Amen. Amen and Skate having a tussle over in the corner. Amen making the wall hop and just leaving Skate in the dust here. Amen and Worse having a battle here. Worse, one of the best runners in the league. He can evade anything.
Finds a 2-bomb, tracks Worse.
Tracks a 2. Now, for those of you who are more familiar with OTA Core, tracking a 2 is much, much harder in Elevate, and it's something that only the best players tend to do consistently. Lynx taking the round, giving us a 2-1 lead for them. Right now, it's anyone's game. I'm feeling pretty confident, but how do you feel, Destin? What are your thoughts so far?
I mean, you know, the strong players, they're playing, I suppose, you know, Tax maybe getting stressed, you know, nervous. The nerves kick in once in a while, you know. Tax starting off there, passing Many to Amen, Tax jumping down the corner. And Tax get it. Amen running the corner to flat, not being able to get it.
Oh my gosh. Perfect track from Tax here. I mean, this is why they call him the king, realistically speaking. Insane chem onto the demon from Sweden. CL not able to make the track back. Zealot, very well known for his core gameplay, his core expertise, making that counter chain like it's no one's business.
Wow.
Tax taking care of Many.
We just appreciate that.
Skate looking for Zealot. Skate making his way up and down. Worse looking for the chem, cannot find the track. Zealot again, onto Skate. Skate looking for Zealot, making his way up and down the truss. Zealot finding Skate, cannot find him. My apologies. And it's up to Billy here to secure this round for the Lynx. Skate looking for Billy. Billy going left, right, up and down. Just turns back at the worst possible second. Very unfortunate for the Lynx. Tying the game up at 2-2. This is going to be a real good game. I'm really happy to see this happen. Clash of the Titans.
I mean, after that devastating forfeit by Super Angels, you know, they have to reinstate
They need to have some kind of redemption here. I agree, 100%. Let's take a look here. Worse than Taxed and Many, actually, into a skirmish here. Taxed finding Many here. Billy onto Tax, onto Amen, onto Tax again. Cannot find his way up the truss. Looking for a player. Finds Zealot. Zealot making the counter track onto him. And that's why he's just the king of the Scandinavians. He's just a threat. He's a threat that needs to be reckoned with. And we're seeing that time and time again. CL taking a death there. Worse, looking for Zealot, not making his way up the truss. Faked out, just barely taking the loss there. Worse, good tracking there, good movement. Worse looking for Amen. 3 seconds left on the bomb. Amen finds the track. And the Lynx take the round. Is that 3-2 if I'm not mistaken? 3-2 Lynx. This is a great game. I'm really excited to see this. Dustin, is there an underdog you have your eye on? One that maybe hasn't made so much waves in the community, but someone that could perform well today?
Absolutely. I mean, ooh, my pick right there, Billy Boy Job, a tier 16 obvious, known
and it's important to note, right?
Skills.
Yeah, that's what I was. Of course, the obby skills have a very positive correlation to proficiency in this game. I mean, almost all the top players are good at obbies, and Billy Boy Job, tier 16 obvious, that's something to scoff at. Worst taking a death here. Lynx with a man lead here. Still Tax and CL in the game, though. Could be anyone's round. Tax looking for many. Just gets that track. Tax onto Amen here.
Versus Tax. I mean,
this is a fight we really want to see. I'm really excited to see for myself. Amen finding Tax and then tracking it onto Zealot. Just a little bit of poor positioning there from the demon from Sweden. CL looking around the truss, looking for Amen. Finds Amen. 1 second on the bomb, and Amen does not get the track. Leading for a W from the Super Angels. 3-3.
EL starting with the bomb here, trying to find somebody, trying to find Amen. Going over the monkey bars, dropping to the corner. Can CL get the kill? 2 seconds on the clock. Not being able to find Amen. Brutal. Skate getting the bomb here. Trying to redeem himself. Can he redeem CL?
Oh, Sax onto worse. Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
I mean, debatably, Tax should just
insane
win this.
10 there onto Billy. I'm so sorry to interrupt. That was something.
I don't know why they're sacking. I think if
Worse
in my
is one of their
opinion,
strongest players.
Skate should be sacked. Whoops.
That's a hot take. I don't know how Skate's gonna appreciate you saying that, man.
Absolutely.
Skate taking another death. Zealot looking for Tax. Tax onto Zealot. 1 second left on the bomb. Incredible movement there from Tax, taking the W on the demon from Sweden. Tax failing a few jumps on the truss. Looking for Amen. 1 second left. Incredible juke from Amen. This is the time bomb we're here to see today, folks. This is top 1 and top 2. This is, oh my god. That's who, what's the score looking like right now? This is still anyone's game. This is real close. Tax displaying some of his frustrations. Makes you think if he's even cut to play competitive time bomb at all.
I mean, life has to go dull once in a while, you know? You can't always be perfect.
Right, of course, you know?
Tax versus Zealot.
Looking for a player.
Oh, actually a null.
Oh, no. Skate was not in the lobby that round. Although you do have to wonder if that would have changed anything at all.
Absolutely. I mean, this guy is just a sack bot.
Oh, sack Zealot. Oh, no. Worse looking for Billy.
Worse to Billy.
Onto worse.
Can Billy track worse?
Up and down he cannot find worse. Very unfortunate death for Billy Boy Job. Your underdog, Destin. Let's see how he performs in the rest of this match.
Don't remind me. Don't remind me, dude.
Many great kill onto worse. Tax trying to go for the chem was not able to do so.
I mean,
Many
real
looking
question
for
is Tax
Skate.
ego grabbing. Does he want the kills? Does he want the kill record of 53?
And honestly, it sounds like he's trying to go for the kill record. He saw Destined Angel with a 52 kill record, and it looks like he's scouring for any kind of sack he can get to get these frags.
53.
53,
Axe versus
53
Amen.
frags. That's something
And he chem it to
incredible
Skate.
chem.
Skate
Oh my
successfully getting it to
god.
Amen.
Oh my god.
Really
What
well
a
played.
kill. You know what? Maybe we were too hard on Skate. Maybe he's found himself.
You know, Amen just got unlucky. You know,
I
obviously
mean,
you could see his lag.
Skate goes by many names, some of which we're not allowed to say. But he's coming. He's redeeming himself, especially over last week's performance. He's definitely doing much better.
Yeah, I mean,
Makes you happy to see.
last
It's
week,
great to see. It's great to see people improve in this game. Unfortunate sack onto
100%.
CL, but I think a necessary sacrifice to keep Tax alive in the game here.
Yep,
Worse,
absolutely.
looking
I mean,
for a player
last
here,
week,
cannot make the
you
track
could
onto
see-
Billy.
you could see Skate was getting sacked left, right, and center. You know, glad to see him doing better than that. His team.
To be fair, he was going
seeing
up against the Super
value in
Monkeys, arguably the best team in the league.
him.
Tax
I mean,
just
the
a
stats don't show
millisecond,
it,
just a
but
frame away from tracking onto Billy there. Sell it, looking for Skate. Incredible prediction there, but Skate just manages to cinch out the track. Taking it to beams is a very smart choice there. Skate looking for someone, unfortunately not being able to make the jumps, and the Lynx take the round. This is a great game, back and forth, back and forth. This is something. Destin, how do you feel so far about the contention?
I mean, it's such a close game. You know, I feel like Lynx have it in the bag. They're just playing and getting really unlucky. You know,
Really
like,
unlucky,
as you
of
could see
course,
last
yeah.
round with Zealot and Skate. You know, Zealot had that, but just last second messes up. You know, I mean, it might be the nerves.
We need to see some more. We need to see some better consistency from the Lynx here if they want to try and pull through against the Angels, who are. I mean, they have some very strong players on their team, as does the Lynx.
Absolutely.
To be fair, CL looking for a player. Unfortunately, sacks was trying to get the chem in the process. CL up and down the truss, looking for Amen. CL trying to find him, cannot, is unfortunately miles away here. Now it's all up to Tax to secure the 1v3 and the round. Billy looking for Tax. Up and down the truss they go. Looking on the new glass floors as per the new update, trying to find him, still can't. Amen and Tax, let's see what they can do here. Let's see if we can have some interference here from the other Lynx team. Let's see if we can get some Ken going. Unfortunately, not able to. Let's see what we can do here. No.
Wow.
It's all up to Amen here. 3 seconds, up the truss, down the truss, fakes it, and what a juke from Tax. You've gotta think that's gotta be poor for the mental of the Lynx there. I mean,
Amen just won that. What are you talking about? You know?
did Amen really win that?
Yeah. Did you not?
Oh my
see
god,
Amen?
I missed. I didn't see that. It was a last frame. Oh my god. Maybe I'm not
Yeah,
fit
I mean,
to be a
you gotta
commentator.
stop.
That was
You gotta-
crazy.
Yeah,
Amen
you gotta
with
stop
the
dogging
clock.
on the underdogs, man.
I gotta stop talking on the underdog because you might be right. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I might have to make the switch. Super
That was
Angels
great
to
because
Super
I was gonna
Lynx.
say if Tax won that, the momentum would have been overturned greatly. Like Tax would have he would have had their mental shot. Great play from Amen. Manny looking for a player here now into the next round. Looking for real CL, just barely not able, a little bit more than barely not able to make it actually. Zealot looking for Tax.
I mean,
Tax
he was
masterful
passing. He was
movement,
trying to
still
pass
ends
from
up with a
China.
bomb. Tax not
Oh
able.
my
Oh my
God.
god. Oh my god. Took him all the way to Scandinavia with that juke. Dear God. Fails the wall
Not
hop.
being able to get the wall hop.
Oh my god. Yeah, Zealot is just something. He's a freak of nature.
I mean, he got his
I
nickname
mean-
for a reason.
Like, that was crazy. That was incredible. Zealot almost on a crazy run. However, the Angels still taking that win. I mean,
Takes 5
to be
Lynx.
fair, when you live in Sweden, nothing but wilderness around you for hundreds of miles. I mean, what else are you gonna do except grind time bomb? To be fair,
Absolutely.
what other
Really
better
good.
things do you have to
taking
do?
the bomb, passing to Skate, and Skate track
And
the two.
Skate taking
Absolutely
that
not.
dead. It almost looked like Tax was trying to sack for him.
I mean,
That-
why would you?
Why wouldn't you? To be fair, Tax seeming washed as Amen takes that kill on him. I mean, would it be insane to say Tax might be a little bit washed, maybe not worthy of his place at top 1 right now?
I
Worse.
mean, if he really wants to
finding
keep his
many.
top 1 position, then he'll have to absolutely dominate all these people. I mean, as you can see at the right, he has 19 kills. Can he do more? Amen versus
Clearly,
CL.
it's not enough if the Lynx are still ahead. Incredible play by the way. Oh my gosh, onto Billy, poor positioning yet again. It's something we need to see these players work on if we want to see some real skill gap in the Elevate League.
Absolutely. You can see how clutch the 1v3. CL versus Amen going around the truss
The
in the middle.
TikToker versus the
lost.
king of the 9th graders. Incredible stuff. Amen managing to maneuver around CL, leading to a 7-5 score from the Lynx. Skate with bomb, looking for a player, finds Many. Skate attacks, now taxed onto Many. Can Many get the track here? Close but no cigar. Now it's Skate taxed and the demon from Sweden. Zealot looking for a player here. Finds Skate, can he get the track? Unfortunately not able to do so. Zealot masterfully maneuvering his way around the enemy. Zealot looking for CL here. Fails a trust jump. Oh, great jukes from CL. He's going to put that one on his TikTok montage.
Absolutely. I mean, with all the soundboard spam, might be unlistenable.
Where are you going? CL taking the death from Billy. I don't know. Crazy stuff here.
Tax versus Amen.
Looking for Tax.
Hitting a 3-bomb.
Oh, Amen. Just a little bit too shy of that track onto Tax. Tax finding the last player on the Lynx, Billy. Let's see what he can do here. Let's see if he can clutch up this 1v2. Unable to do so. Taxed with the victory here for his team. Taxed and worse, my apologies. Leading to a 7-6 for the Lynx. You know, if I was about 8 years younger and I wanted to make a funny joke, I would tell you what happens if you swap around the scores. You get 6 and...
Yeah, so this is where you stop commentating.
Okay. All right. No, it's okay. My commentator hates me.
I know it's Roblox,
no,
but...
it's cool. It's cool. Clearly,
Clearly,
Destin Angel mad that I'm better than him at time bomb duels.
Maybe in another life, maybe.
Maybe in another life.
Amen
Maybe in this life we're seeing Amen and Taxed here with an incredible play onto Many. Too many players onto the top, if I might add. Just that was honestly waiting to happen. There were too many Lynx players there, and I really wondered if they were really ever going to get taxed there in that situation with that chem.
Oh my god.
Zealot cannot make that track onto Tax. Great movement from him. If there's something you want to look out for, it is his movement. Tax, maybe as far as tracking, maybe not the most consistent. However, his movement, his juking is unprecedented. It's something that we haven't seen before. Amen. Also another face to look out for the same reason. Tax, great track actually. As I was saying, his tracking wasn't that consistent. He pulls through really well. Amen, also a great mechanical player. Actually, one of the few players that doesn't have a history in playing obbies. And yet his consistency on movement is very, very good. It's something that really puts him a cut above the rest, if I might add. Manny not being able to make that track onto worse. CL looking for a player here that is not his teammate. CL onto Billy. Billy cannot make the connection back. Tax looking for Zealot. Tax and Zealot 2v2. Little mini 2v2 up on the top floor we see here. Can Worst make this 2-track? Unfortunately, no. Something I want to iterate for you guys is that, again, I think I mentioned this earlier, but in case you hadn't tuned in before, high twos are much, much harder to track on Elevate than in Core. It's something that you have to keep in mind when you see these players maneuver around each other. They might give each other a high two because they expect to outmaneuver them. It's something that you can't really see in Core. Amen to CL. CL looking for Amen. Amen leaving him in the dust. What movement from this guy. 8-7 for the Lynx. This is incredible. This is a real match. This is a Clash of the Titans. Much closer than I thought it would be, actually.
Absolutely. I mean, I thought Lynx was going to, 10-0 sweep.
I thought Tax would have disappointed his team time and time again, realistically speaking. I mean, something you've seen very often.
You're mixing up Tax and Skate,
Tax, I mean, am I really mistaking it? Amen running circles around the guy. Maybe Tax should be praying for more mechanics. Oh my god.
CL finding the track.
CL onto Billy.
Zealot
Great track there.
Trying to find anybody from Super
Zealot
Angels.
looking for Worse.
Trying to find Worse. Worse, can he track the 2-bomb? No.
He's unable to do so.
Man,
slightly poor mechanics there from Worse, which is interesting. We know Worse is capable of great movement here. Oh my god. Absolutely. A little bit of a Did you see that? Would you argue that that's a little bit sketchy from main men there to drop back down?
Absolutely. I mean, why risk it?
This is a close game, though. It's still anyone's game. Trailing by 2, though. Something we haven't seen in a very long... I don't think we've seen it at all. This is the first trail by 2 we've seen in the entire game so far.
We're starting out with the bomb. Trying to find Billy. Get to Billy. Billy, skate. Can't skate, get it.
Skate sacking tag.
What?
Skate better have some great mechanics here to prove that it was a valuable sack. Getting the kill on many. Showing his worth as a teammate. Showing why he is an OTA Elevate. Of course, Bob Blown. Spy, Bob Blown's asking if you can run if you're gonna run the GP command. Alright. Alright. Worst looking for a player here. Finds Billy. Worst looking for Billy again. Can he make that track? Unfortunately, he cannot. And the Super Angels take that win, shortening the lead of the Lynx. 9-8 for the Lynx, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yep.
No timeouts yet from either side, which is a little bit interesting, considering the fact that they're so close right now. I would have thought that one of these teams would want to take some time to reconvene, get some strategies going, but it doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, you could see on Super Angel just skate taxing or stacking tax every round. Again and again.
I mean, I don't know how I feel about that play. I think it was just a failed chem, but I think it's important to note that when you're going for chems, you tend to have the player that makes the chem, the person in between, that tends to be the worst player on the team, just to avoid that risk of a failed chem like we saw earlier. And if I'm not mistaken, didn't that lead to the detriment to their loss? Didn't the Lynx win that round?
Absolutely. I mean, why would you sack Tax when Skate's right there? You know, he's been a sack bot again and again, each game, each week. You know,
each week, really proving that he's not he is sack bait even in the scrims that we play. Honestly, this guy. I mean, we need to see some better play from him if we need to consider him seriously in the top players discussion. Some internal discussions here, some technical difficulties. Who are they letting on here? Khan? Conceals?
No way. I mean,
there you go. I mean,
you can't play on weekends.
Conceals. What do you call it? Sounds like a little bit of like a diva. You know, he's very does what he wants. I mean, it's
Absolutely.
a very polarizing figure in the time bomb community for sure.
If you ask me, I think the fame got to his head. You know,
the fame got to his head, man. I couldn't argue that, man. Couldn't argue that.
I mean, again and again, egoing his team captain, not showing up to the games week after week. I actually think he has never shown up to a game.
Oh my! Can we like talk about that hawk that Billy just got? That's your underdog right there. Onto CL. Really, like, he's really building a little bit of a name for himself. Billy, not one of the most known players in the league. However, clearly displaying his tracking mechanics and his obby skill, really just showing that, you know, even the underdogs, they do have a chance to cement themselves as one of the greats here. Billy looking for Skate. Finds Skate. Up and down the stretch they go. Billy taking that kill. Skate a little bit left in the dust. I wonder if any of the nerves are getting to them. A lot of the Angels, sorry, not the Angels, the Lynx, they tend to have, they tend to tilt a little bit easier than others. And I wonder if that's getting to them just a little bit here. Zealot, oh my god!
What a play by Zealot.
What a play. I mean, keep in mind, let me check how much ping this guy Zealot has. Zealot with 159 ping getting that track. I think that's a skill that cannot be understated there. Game point for the Lynx. Let me not start talking about something irrelevant right now. This is something big. If Lynx take this point, it's something that we haven't expected actually. We actually had the Angels favorited, if I'm not mistaken, or at least I personally did. At least back during our talks before the game. Billy looking for CL.
I always knew Lynx were gonna win, if you ask me. You know, they have
Really?
such strong players. You know, Amen versus Tax. You know, I
You think
personally
Amen takes it
think that
every time? I mean, clearly he does. Clearly
absolutely.
he does.
I mean, as you
Sacking
can see
worst.
in earlier games, you know, he
Tax
just runs
with
the
an
flat
ego
and
that
then
could
Tax is
inflate his
gone.
head to Mars. Tax with a lucky kill on Amen. I mean, this guy gotta go. Like, he has to go get some lottery tickets at this point. All right, it's all up to Many to secure this round win and this set win. Great track onto CL. Great timing there. He could have given him the high two and risked the death, but he perfectly timed that. Many onto Tax, looking for Tax here. Up and down the truss they go. Tax being able to evade Many there.
Can we just keep
Extremely
in
lucky
mind,
plays from Tax.
you know, only first set and Tax with 33 KOs.
Oh my
And that's
god.
just insane.
This is something we haven't seen before. And I mean, 33 KOs, but let's take into consideration the fact that 30 of them are probably sacks.
Absolutely.
Skate onto
I mean,
Amen. There's a big clash here. Let's see if Amen's able to make this track. Incredible. Did Zealot touch that for a second? Was that a chem?
I have no idea. I mean, it happened also.
I mean, a kill's a kill. A kill's a kill. Zealot,
Absolutely.
a little bit of a failed chem there, but that's what I was talking about. Zealot, I would say, is the better player out of the two of them between Billy and Zealot. And notice how Billy was in between there, so that in the case of a failed chem, Zealot would be the one to stay alive and perhaps carry his team to victory here. Zealot with a 2-bomb. High 2. Very unfortunate. Again, Zealot known for his great tracking because of his experience in core. Tax looking for Amen here. Sacks worse. Oh my god! I spoke too soon. Incredible chem. Incredible chem there by Worse.
Incredible.
I mean, it's important to note that all Tax had to do there was just pass to his teammate while Worse did all the heavy lifting. Worse, just such a great player there. Incredible stuff. 10-10. Incredible stuff. This is something. Tax asking if it's win by 2. Not knowing the game rules as an OTA player, I mean, really disappointing. Really shows how little he's really putting in the effort here. Disappointing, honestly. Zealot looking for CL. Finds CL. 1 second left on the bomb. Can he find Many? He does. 4-3 for the Link, for the Scorpion. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Destin, you might want to take the reins on this one, pal.
You know, stuttering classes exist, man. CL finding Amen last second. CL starting with the bomb, trying to find anybody at all. Going to Billy Bob. Can he track it? Running to flat. CL takes the victory over Billy. Absolutely brutal. Skate having the bomb, trying to find Zealot in a 1v4 scenario. Hemming it. Back to Zealot. Can he find Worse? He cannot.
Incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. Zealot. I mean, that's just such a hard thing to deal with there. 11-10 Angels. Game point, if I'm not mistaken. This is the Angels' point to win.
Where is the...
Skate onto Many. Skate failing the wall hop. Many failing the normal jump. Oh no, this is clearly the nerves are getting there. These players are very consistent. Clearly, the fact that they aren't able to make these jumps show that the nerves are really getting in now. When it's game point for the Angels. Tax to Skate, looking for Amen. A little bit of a lag spike there, if I'm not mistaken. I wonder if they get a lag warning for that one. Tax onto Skate, onto Zealot. Quick little chain there. Great movement from Zealot, and oh my god! Zealot displaying his great tracking as a result of his OTA core. Just competitive mindset there. Real CL finding Zealot, though. And the Angels take the round. So who were some standouts there for you? That was that was a great game. 12-10 for the Angels. I think everyone played pretty great. What were some standouts for you then? Oh, I'm so sorry. My apologies. My apologies. That's on me. Oh, not over yet. 1-0, of course. Yes, I thought I misunderstood.
That isn't over.
The set isn't over. The set is okay. Yeah. Read the rule book, folks. First to 13. Destin, clearly, you and I have to touch up on the rule book. That was embarrassing for us as commentators. Not a good look. Not a good look. I mean, not a good look for you. I mean, because you're like... I mean, according to the standings, you should be higher up. You should know more than me, right?
Whoa.
It's first to 13. You should have known this, man. Oh my god, incredible hawk. That was insane. Did we see that Zealot onto Tax? Incredible stuff. Skate with the bomb now. Dead. Amen. Looking for a player here. Amen. Onto Worse. Cannot find him. Oh my god. Onto Billy. Incredible track by Billy. These are some great players we've seen here so far. Many looking for CL. Up and down they go. Many around the truss. Killing CL. Winning. Leaving. Oh my gosh. Okay. 12-11 then for the Angels. The Angels are still 1 point away from victory. But the Lynx are right there. The Lynx can still win this. Tax looking for Zealot. Zealot with a 2-bomb. Looking for Tax. Just a little bit too far there. A little bit poor positioning again. Many with bomb. Down where no one else is. Failing the trust jump. Faking out CL in the process and getting the kill on him. Oh no. Awareness is such a big part in Elevate. Being aware of where the other player is so important because you could have every mechanic in the game. If you don't properly predict where the other player is going, it all just means diddly squat, to be honest.
Absolutely.
Looking for
and
skate
with this
here.
new glass floor, you know, it just gets easier and easier for everybody.
100%. And the skill gap being slightly lessened, if I might add, and being able to people being able to see through the ceiling, being able to track players much more easily. I want to keep in mind though, 2v1 here. Worse on to Many. This is a 1v1 for the entire set. Worse against Amen. Two players that have seen each other in scrims and in competitive play. Amen. Faking it. Oh my god.
What a play
Fake
by
after
Amen.
fake after fake. It is not win by 2, if I'm not mistaken. There you go. We got to brush up on the rule books.
Absolutely. I mean, after this game, I'm definitely going to.
We gotta brush up on our homework, especially Taxed. I mean, this guy just clearly showing a blatant disregard for the rules of the game. Very disappointing.
I mean, same could be said about us. You know?
Well, let's focus up on this last round here. I think this is huge.
Absolutely. Zealot, can he get it?
Zealot not hitting skate.
Not being able to.
This is Angel's round to win now. Tax looking for Billy. Down they go. Tax finding Billy again. Up and down the. Oh my god. Billy running laps around Tax. Now it's Many. On to Worse. Worse unable to make the trust jump.
I mean, King skate. Can he pass it to Amen last second? Amen jumps down.
I'll be right back. You gotta lock in for me.
Absolutely, will do. Many trying to jump up and find skate. Billy position for the chem. Gets it past last second. Back to Many. Brutal. Billy Boy job in a 1v2 scenario. Can he make it out on top? Passes it to CL. Fake jumps. Gets CL. Tax skate. 1v1 scenario. Billy Boy job. CL. Passing it to CL. Going up the truss. Can't CL get out? Billy Boy getting lost on the truss. What a play by CL. Absolutely lost for Lynx. I mean, that is just brutal. 13-12. Well played by both sides. I mean, whew.
Incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. So how did you feel about that round? How did you feel about that set, Destin? I mean, this is an incredibly close fight here.
Yeah, I mean, incredible. You know, 39 KOs in one set. Something we've never seen. Such a brutal, dominant play.
I mean, Tax, again, really displaying why he is top 1. I mean, even though we do give him a lot of the business, he really is just a cut. Like, he sees something else. Any other standout players you've seen for the better or for the worse? I think Billy played a great game. I think you were right to call him an underdog there. I didn't expect much from him this game, and he really, like, he held his own there for sure.
Absolutely, and you know, you also got to look at Amen playing wonderfully. You know, being able to get out of these like 1v2s, these 1v1s, just coming out on top most of the time. You know, some flukes here and there, but overall, just such a great player.
A great player, and I think what's really holding him back, honestly, is the mental. He does tend to get a little bit tilted at times, but he is just an
Lynx wanted to
incredible player.
switch.
Lynx switching servers. So we are in California ping. This is something to keep in mind. Tax's native ping is on California, and we have a lot of players from NA East. Let me check real quick. So yeah, Zealot, many they're not. These aren't their native servers, leading to a little bit of a ping advantage, I'd say, for the Angels. So I think switching from California is definitely a smart play from them. They're switching to Asia.
Zealot. Asia. Something we've never
I
seen
don't think
before.
we've seen that before.
must be a little joke because I don't think anybody.
Alrighty. Let's. Hey, maybe we show up in Singapore. Maybe we're in Singapore lobbies. Let's see. It really is just moment of truth here.
Maybe they're switching to EU so the demon from Sweden can really show off.
This is great. This is great. I'm really excited to see Amen here. I want to see if he can lock in and really propel his team to victory. I mean, that's not to say that the other players in the team aren't pulling their weight. I mean, we've seen great performances from them. Many actually performing a lot better than his last game last week. This is just great elevate time bomb. If I'm not mistaken, like this is something.
Absolutely.
I'm really excited to see if they can come back here. Important to note though that we only play two. There is no best of 3 when it comes to the sets. It is up to differential. So hang on, if it's 14-15, so Spy, can you elaborate a little bit on what happens if the Lynx win here 14-15? Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So I wonder how that would affect the standings. Let me check the standings real quick. Dustin, let me know when we're in a game. It's great stuff, guys. We love you all. Thank you for watching. We Destin, me and Spy, we really care about Elevate. We're really excited to see people excited to watch the games.
Absolutely. I mean, this is something I'm passionate about. You know, you see a lot of players in OTA Core Flap. That's just because they have such a good ecosystem already built. It's kind of hard, getting that built back up for Elevate, but hopefully.
I mean, yeah, we wake up, we play Time Bomb, we eat and we sleep, bro. This means the world to us. There's nothing else I'd rather do. Make sure to sit out. So let's see. With this, if they both have 1.5 points, that would mean the Lynx would have 4.5, the Angels would have 3.5. So the Angels right now, they need to win either by differential or a full 2-0 sweep in order to propel over the Lynx.
All right,
So let's see what happens here.
Not able to find anybody. Amen. Hemming it through the entire Super Angel team, running a train through everybody. CL, Tax is giving it to CL? What happened there? Tax starting out with the bomb. Finding Billy Boy Job in the corner. Tax running away. Amen setting up for the chem. Counter chains to Billy Boy Job. Billy Boy Job not finding anybody. Tax taking the bomb, trying to find CL. Trying to hop up, not be able to get it. Gets a sack. Skate sacks per usual. I mean, that's something you don't see, often. As you can see, it was the other way around.
Something I want to mention though is Skate used to have issues with wanting to sack for his team. I think he let his ego get in the way a couple times. The fact that he is letting Tax sack him this time shows that he has matured a little bit as a player, and I'm excited to see that.
Absolutely.
Tax and Amen here. I mean, this is really the matchup of the hour, honestly. Great movement from Amen. Tax just not able to keep up. Amen dusting him.
Wow.
Incredible stuff. This is a great game. Much closer than I thought.
Skate starting here with the bomb, passing it to Jaden. Can Jaden go up the trust? No, he can't. Tries to get it back to him. Hems it back to Jaden. Amen to Skate.
Oh
Back
no,
to
Amen
Amen.
was
Amen
looking to
going
make the
down.
jump onto the, yeah, not a good look. Very unfortunate that he was trying to jump up on the barrier, but Skate just not, he's a behemoth, that guy. You just can't get around him. He's just so, you know.
Absolutely. Jaden, can he get it on Tax? Body block by Billy Boy Job. Amazing. Well played. Tax going down. Strongest player out. Billy Boy Job gets his skate. Can Skate find him? Absolutely not. Billy Boy Job putting up a wonderful performance. Worse to Zealot. And Zealot find worse. Worse in a 1v3 situation. Going up. Going down. Worse not being able to find the track on Zealot. Going to flat. Well played by Lynx.
Great plays by the Lynx. Great chemistry, honestly. I'm really glad to see that they found their flow now, and it looks like they're playing with each other rather than alone. They're playing taking isolated fights. I think the team play here is improving.
Absolutely. CL starting with the bomb here. Passing it to Tax. Tax to Zealot. Zealot coming it all the way back to CL. Zealot passing it. Zealot going down. Never mind. Don't trust a word I say. Tax versus Amen. Isolated fight. Tax passing to Amen. Can Amen find it? Absolutely not. Tax coming out on top. Amen down. 1v3 Chem onto Billy. Worse. Chemming it all the way to Billy. Can Billy find CL? Absolutely not. Aiden. Up here versus CL. Drops down. Cannot find him in flat. Clean
Something I want to
sweep by
mention
Super
there.
Angels.
That was great round there. Something I want to note is just how consistent Amen is with his wall hops. But again, it's really the game IQ that matters. Amen was hitting consistent wall hops time after time after time. So much so that Tax knew he wasn't gonna fail them. He waited there, predicted that 2-bomb, and just honestly just outplayed Amen there.
Absolutely. As you can see, Worst taking a 2-bomb. Giving it to Jaden. Happening. Amen. Amen versus Tax. Tax trying to juke him. Trying to sack Worst, not being able to get the sack. Worst starting out with the bomb, trying to find Billy Boy Job, passing it down in the corner. In the monkey bars, back to Worst. Worst having the patience. Over holding on Billy Boy Job. Skate. Getting the bomb passing to Amen. Isolated fight right here. Skate trying to predict Amen. Amen running a route. Switches up all the way to Billy Boy Job. Skate going down. Amen versus CL. Amen dropping down, taking the bomb.
Incredible.
Chems all the way to CL. What a wonderful play.
I mean, this is really what I wanted to see from the Lynx. They're playing great. They need to keep this up. This is a masterclass from the Lynx.
Absolutely. And
what was that?
that was Bob Blown right there.
Bob Blown, king of the OTA core. I'm sure many of you guys recognize him. He's like
Arguably,
it's like when you watch an NBA game and you watch an old great, you know, like when you watch like Michael Jordan sit down and watch. Like, that's really what we're seeing here.
CL not being able to find Billy. Tax having the bomb, trying to avenge CL. Billy not being able to get up the ladder, trying to predict Skate. Skate going down. Well played by Billy. Worst giving to Jaden. Jaden attacks. Making the ladder. Tax jumped all the way down. Can he make it up? Can Jaden get the... Wow. What a wonderful track.
Great sub from the Lynx there, deciding to put Jaden in, honestly, because he's doing really well so far.
Absolutely. Worse in a 1v3 position. Can he come out on top? Win this for this team. Trying to pass it to Zealot. Takes the jump. Gives it to Zealot. 1v1. For the round. Jaden versus Worst. Two very strong players. Worst with his very good movement. Jaden with his very good predicts. Can he get it?
Oh my god. The Angels must be like lifting this guy up and like hip hip hooraying him at this point. Worst carrying that round for his team.
Here, you got it.
Of course. All right, so we have Zealot here. Zealot and Tax in an intense 1v1 here. Up and down the barrier. Tax taking a death there. I'm not actually sure what he was trying to do there. Maybe perhaps sacking CL, or making an attempt to do so at least. Billy and CL here in a skirmish here. Can Billy get the track? Of course he can. I mean, that's the obby tracking that we've seen. Zealot looking for, or Jaden, my apologies, looking for Skate. Amen to Skate again. Can Skate get that track? Just incredible movement there by Amen. Very hard to track something like that, especially when you're jumping. Worse onto Billy, trying to find him. Finds Billy.
quick maneuver around the truss, is not able to, because if I'm not mistaken, was that a body block?
I actually did not see that.
That was incredible.
know.
Incredible plays regardless. That was something. Incredible stuff, leading to a 4-2 lead for the Lynx. Worst looking for a player here. Finds Zealot. Finds Skate. Skate taking that death there. Billy and CL over on the barriers near beam. Amen taking the bomb now. Trying to run a swap. Amen. Oh my gosh. Sack in the nick of time onto Zealot. Now it's Taxed and Jaden. Jaden seeming to be Taxed's kryptonite here. Tax unfortunately getting that track.
Wow.
Unfortunate. Tax just clearly displaying how luck really does affect his performance. I mean, Tax now looking for Amen. Great wall hop from Amen. Great movement from Amen. Still, oh my gosh, if that track hawked, oh my gosh, that would have been cause for celebration. Again, great movement there, but better tracking there from Tax, to be honest. This is just, it really goes to show that game IQ really does have a very important role to play in double decker.
Absolutely. Jaden unable to go up the ladder. Chems it to Zealot. Zealot to worse.
Incredible.
Oh my god. Wonderful team play by Lynx. Really showing their colors, how they thrive. Yale having the bomb. Can he find anybody? Passing it to Tax. Tax trying to find Amen. Hemming it. Chem. Oh my god.
On his head. Very
all the way
unfortunate
around
for
it.
Amen.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yale Hemming for Tax. Passing it to Zealot last second. Zealot going down. Jaden in a 1v3 scenario. Can he make it out on top for his team? Super Lynx. CL falling down, slipping, middle. Can Tax Chem? No. Jaden in 1v2. Trying to find Skate. Jaden jumping down, failing his wall hop back up. Finding Skate, missing his wall hop again, running to flat, able to get it. 1v1 scenario. Jaden versus Tax. Can he do it for his team? Super Lynx. Missing his wall hop again. Tax getting it last second. What an amazing track.
Incredible. I think something important to note is that Jaden, while his mechanics may not be at the level of that of Taxed or Amen, I think it's important to realize that he's still getting these kills, and I really do think it can be attributed to game IQ yet again. Very close there. You see he dodged that chem early on in the 1v3, and that's something that a lot of normal Elevate players would not think of. And it's just something important to keep in mind, that game IQ can really take you lengths, even if your mechanics aren't necessarily the best.
Absolutely.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Tax stopping the drop to Amen, launching him back up. What a beautiful play. Where's finding Billy?
I shed a tear, honestly. Oh,
honestly, man.
Very close on
that was
the body
just
block.
beautiful. Jaden versus Tax. Can he redeem himself for last round? Tax unable to find him. Oh my god. 1v2
Someone
chem.
do the bob flick.
I mean, the bob flick, such a niche tech. You know, not everybody knows about it, but it works so well. Worse in a 1v2 scenario. Jaden trying to track Worse. Worse going around the truss. Juking Jaden. Wow. 1v1 scenario. Worse versus Zealot. And the demon from Sweden get Worse. Worse going around.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Incredible
unable
jukes
to
from
track
from
him.
Sweden.
I mean,
Go ahead.
sorry, you can go.
No, I was gonna say. I think Worse is a great example of a combination between both mechanics and game sense. I think his mechanics they're very prominent, but again, his game sense is also there. He also knows the right place to make for the majority of the time, and I think it's something important to consider when discussing ranks and the player leaderboard. Honestly, incredible chem here. Let's see what's happening here. Jaden not coming out on top. Very unfortunate.
Tried to hold it for
happens.
the 2-bomb, not able to get in the timing. Axe, the worst not being able to get him. TL taking the bomb here, trying to find him. Can Amen make the moves? Can he make the jukes? On his head. Amen
And
coming
Amen
out on
makes the
top
track.
there. 8 versus Amen. Going back down, taking him to flat. Amen holding the bomb, overholding. Oh my god. What a beautiful
Great play
by
from
Skate.
Skate. Wonderful. Yeah.
Axe not being able to get up the truss. I I mean, gravity, affects a lot of people,
Some more than others.
Absolutely. I mean, Skate versus Billy. Skate, what is he doing? Just stalling time. Just hitting the salsa down there and letting Billy give him the bomb. Don't know what he was
Well,
doing.
like we're trying to play
6-4
time bomb, and these
Lynx.
guys are having a samba class down there. I don't know what's happening here. And I mean, again, it really like Tax really showing just how much gravity affects him more than others combined. We actually had to do an emergency server shutdown right after the update because Tax actually broke the glass ceiling when he jumped a little bit too high.
Terrible.
Uh, Jaden looking for Skate, finds Skate. Let's see what happens here. Intense skirmish here. Skate repeatedly failing the trust jump. Can he get that? Oh my god.
Oh my god. Tried to chem
That's
on
that
to Jaden.
OTA
Jaden
core. That's that track. That's that Hawk, bro. Hawk him down. Hawk him down, Jaden, bro.
Jesus Christ. Worse. Giving it, dropping back down. Duking Billy. Billy versus Jaden. I mean, sorry. Jaden versus Worse. Whoops. Mind.
Maybe
Oh
you need
my
to take a
God.
speech impediment class. Incredible
Yeah,
stuff.
right? I mean, after seeing this match, you just stutter. Because
I'm just awestruck
it's
by
just
this
so
gameplay right
amazing.
now.
It's such a close game again.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Just
Skate's
playing
angry.
wonderfully overall.
Skate's angry. This is his
I,
this is his set.
I think it might have to be us dissing him.
I think so. I think like telepathically he knows that we're talking on his name.
Absolutely.
And I think he's
Here,
just
you
he's
can take
channeling his
over,
inner
I'll be right
chakra.
back.
Yeah, do your thing, man. Do your thing. Let's see here. We have Zealot with the bomb. Finds Skate. Skate looking for Zealot. Finds Zealot. Up the trust they go. Can he get the track? Oh my god. Skate is angry. Skate is full of rage. He has something to prove. He has a chip. He has a chip on his shoulder. Jaden now looking for CL. CL looking for Jaden. Unfortunately not able to find it. Jaden coming out on top there.
I'm back.
Now we have Skate. Skate and Amen in an intense battle here. Incredible jukes from Amen. The wherewithal and the awareness to go back and forth on the beam instead of going back up on the second floor is very important, and it's something that we see from him time and time again. Worst, looking for a player here, not able to find one. Tax here in a 1v3 situation with Amen on the court still. Tax looking for Billy, finds Billy. Goes up and down, goes forward and backward on the glass ceiling. Able to successfully juke out Billy. Now it's Tax and Amen.
I think I see a crack
Tax
on the glass
tracking.
here from Tax.
I mean, we need to start. We need to, when Tax plays these games, we need to start reinforcing the glass with tempered steel and just honestly the most
Absolutely.
dense material we can possibly find.
7-5.
Bob enjoying his food while he witnesses a clash of the Titans.
Absolutely. I mean, this is like a movie, if you ask me.
Verbal warning, someone's saying something that we can't see in chat right now. I wonder what they're saying. Amen. Taking a death there from Skate. Skate is angry. I've been saying, man, he's been playing great right now. As I spoke too soon and I jinx it. Not able to get the track onto Billy.
Commentator's
Jaden to
curse,
the
some would
CL.
say.
Oh yeah. Commentator's curse.
Yeah,
Great there,
down,
great
not
movement there
being
from
able to find Jaden. Zealot trying to go up the ladder, trying to find Worse. Going to mid. Worse running a straight. Zealot getting the track there. Tax in a 1v3 scenario, giving it to Jaden. Jumping down, jumping up. Going to the trust. Jaden is. Can Tax get it? Absolutely. I mean, tracking it too is just so hard in Elevate. Such a hard thing to master. Tax versus Zealot, giving it to Zealot last second, running away from the trust. Well played by Tax. Lily in a 1v1 scenario, the underdog, some would say. Can he get it? Tax takes the bomb.
Oh my
Billy
god,
getting it for his
Billy
team.
number one. Billy
What
number
an
one.
underdog.
That's
He's
incredible.
just been playing so wonderfully. He's been positioning himself for the chems. Playing with his team a lot, hitting the body blocks. He's just such a good player. So underrated.
Honestly, I will say, while Tax does have the lead in KOs, I'm really like, if I had to put an MVP on this match, I would give it to Billy here. Billy's been playing phenomenally compared to how we've seen him play. He's improved so much over the last week. This is incredible.
Gale versus Jaden, giving it to CL, making a run for it. CL taking it too. Can he track it? Absolutely not. Jaden getting the dub there. Skate trying to avenge CL. Jaden trying to find Skate, going up to the corner, making his wall hop, juking Skate, but he just can't get it last second. Beautiful play.
I'm really excited to see Skate here.
I mean,
Against
when
Billy,
Skates gets
the
angry,
underdog.
you know what happens. Takes a late one. Really killing Skate.
When Skate gets angry, he grabs a late one.
Amen versus
Oh my
Worst.
God.
Passing a late one.
Great hold
What
onto
an
Amen.
amazing play by Amen. I mean, the Lynx, they're just so dominant.
The Lynx
So,
are really taking
so
this one.
Like, so many good plays. 8-5 Lynx. Oh, 9-5 Lynx. Whoops.
It's incredible. They only have a couple more rounds. The Angels really need something big here if they want to come back and secure this victory. That was a great hold from Billy, actually. Again, keep in mind, a mid-2 is much harder to track than it is in core. Not perfect, but it was great. Jaden not being able to find CL there. We're left in an intense situation here. Tex not being able to make the trust jump up, looking for Billy, finds him at the last frame. Incredible stuff.
That's
Tex
just
now
brutal,
looking for a player.
seeing him miss that. Can he get it to Skate? Skate trying to find Zealot, not being able to. I mean, that's what the sack bot's really about, you know.
We know.
Yell not being able to
Amen
find
in a 1v2.
Amen running away. Axe versus Amen. Axe jumping down, Amen jumping up. Axe is a late 4.
Wow.
Hawks down.
Amen not
Tax,
phased
really
at
well
all.
played by
Amen not phased at all by the fake attempt. Yeah, even Tax has to acknowledge that was a really good read. Well played, well played. And
10-5
I mean,
Lynx.
10-5 Lynx, game point. I mean, they really still have to focus up. It's still losable for the Lynx here. And they really just have to keep that mental focus that they've been maintaining so far this set.
Absolutely.
Amen now looking for a player,
100%
looking for CL, trying to hawk down CL, finds him. Down the truss he goes, fakes the jump off the truss.
Switch up
CL
of a
manages to give it
lifetime.
to Zealot. Great switch up there. Great awareness there. Incredible
Nice
stuff.
funky
Tax looking for a player
monkey
here.
bars, getting juked by
Amen
Oh
dusting
my
him.
God.
Oh,
Amen
egoing him, standing
there
on
looking
his
at
body.
dead body.
Right
Wow,
after the
I
compliment from Tax too. I mean, that's very. Oh, I don't know what happened
What is
there.
happening?
What is happening there?
Illuga drop versus
Am I in
CL.
public lobbies? Am I in public lobbies? What was that?
This is OTA. Just remember that.
This is
Worse in a
Rocket
1v2
League.
Worse in a 1v2 scenario. Can he get Billy? Billy jumping down. Can Worse track that? Absolutely. 1v1 scenario. Amen versus Worse.
For the entire game, by the way. Let's keep that in mind. This is incredible. Worse against Amen. Can he get that win?
Giving it to Worse. Passing
Great
it
awareness
last
there.
second. Really
Incredible
well played by Amen. Wow.
Incredible
really well
stuff.
played
That
by
was
both
incredible
sides.
stuff.
GG.
So the final score is 1 set to 1 set. However, because of round differential, the Lynx will be taking that, and they'll be getting 2 points for their team in the league standings. And while the Angels only 1, if I'm not mistaken, that cements them into 4th place. Very unfortunately, considering the caliber of some of the Angels players. 60 KOs from Tax.
Wow. New kill
That
record.
is something. That's up there, man. I mean,
Really, I mean that I think that like makes him top 1. Just that play. I mean, you can lose.
oh, okay. I'm not gonna be able to make that actually. I have something to go afterwards. Maybe Dustin, if you want to stay over and do your thing, that's your call.
Sure. I'll
All right,
try.
beautiful. Yo, it was great having you guys. Yo, watch our game tomorrow. Watch the Super Monkeys tomorrow. We're gonna lock in. All right, take care, guys. Bye bye.
Absolutely. Yeah. Have a nice one, April.
Be safe.
All right. Wait, who's the referee? Okay. I do not have permission. I don't have permission. Yeah. Destin Angel with an I. mean, Spy, if you want to co-commentate with me, it'd be seriously, absolutely, really good. Oh, yeah, I don't have much flat experience. Sure, you would, Dustin. I'm in here.